Hello, I'm Sensei Alex Kakuyo, North American contributor for Buddhist Global. Thanks for joining me for this episode of The Ordinary Buddhist. The title of today's Dharma talk is Mosquitos Serve a Purpose. Before we get into that, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when I post talks in the future. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that'd be great too. Here on the homestead, I've learned that I have to be very cognizant about the time of day and the best jobs to do during certain times of day. Based on the positioning of the sun, working on certain parts of the house will have me working in the shade. Working in other parts of the house will have me working in the sun. So, if I want to stay cool during the day, I need to time things just right, so I'm spending at least some of my time in the shade. Similarly, it's generally cooler in the morning, hotter in the mid-afternoon, and cooler at night. So, tasks that need to be done outside that are more labor-intensive, harvesting, building projects, etc., I try to do in the early morning or the evening, so it's a little bit cooler and I sweat a little bit less. That said, there's one other thing I have to keep track of. Mosquitoes. I don't experience many mosquitoes during the day, but I don't know what it is. Something about the sun dropping just below the horizon causes all the mosquitoes to come out. And for whatever reason, they like to bite me. Now, this is a bit frustrating. Some might think it'd be better if there were no mosquitoes at all. I'd certainly have less red bumps on my skin to deal with. However, mosquitoes, annoying though they might be, serve a purpose. For one thing, they act as a food source for lots of different animals. Frogs, toads, lizards, even some snakes eat mosquitoes. Also bats and birds. So if there were no mosquitoes, all of those animals would suffer. And as much as I like listening to the birds and the frogs and the toads, the only way they can exist, the only way they can stay around is if I'm also willing to deal with the mosquitoes. So, I'll take my bites, I'll do my best to not scratch them and the red bumps that appear. Also, I continue listening and enjoying the animals that depend on the mosquito for food. Oftentimes in lives, we have problems that are similar to mosquitoes. Maybe they're not world-changing sources of suffering, but they're little annoyances. Maybe we don't like paying our bills at the end of the month. Maybe we don't enjoy getting stuck in traffic on the way to work. These things can bother us, and we might think our lives would be better if they didn't exist. However, if we think a little bit harder, that suffering serves a purpose just like mosquitoes. When we pay our bills, it allows us to enjoy electricity and running water for another month. When we go to work, even though we're getting stuck in traffic, we're able to earn income that allows us to pay our bills and care for our family. Those small little bits of suffering, those mosquitoes we experience in daily life, though they're annoying, though they may be itchy and hard to deal with, they serve a purpose. They're an important part of our spiritual ecosystem. I'm not saying we have to love them, but if we can learn to live with them, in the same way I've learned to live with mosquitoes, we'll enjoy all the pleasant consequences that are dependent upon them. Amitabha.